Oh, hey, yeah, there we go. Ah, heck! Wait, did I do it? Did I do it? Yes, I didn't mess it up this time. Thank goodness. Hey everybody, it is your good challenge boy, internet's favorite bald guy. That's some very presumptuous claims there. But it is I, Dan Captain Howard, age 36, here on another exciting Friday Game Department 1C. I've got a wonderful episode for you tonight. At least I hope it's wonderful. We're still playing some Ninja Gaiden. Not sure if I'm going to clear it. We'll keep our fingers crossed. Both hands. I got some pre-recorded stuff done, and yeah, I'm really selling this, aren't I? So let's go ahead and jump into the usual here. Just want to do some quick housekeeping before we get rolling on the actual episode itself. First and foremost, again, still trying to figure out the format of this show now that I am sans negativo or negativa. I can't speak a lick of Spanish. Oh, well, thank you. I much appreciate it. I figure dress the part because the show is, you know, in tribute to my hero. Where was I going with that? Man, this is really the part that I should have pre-recorded instead of the latter half. Yeah, so anyways, consistency is key. Yeah, so I want to try and figure out a good streaming schedule. I'm going to need to talk to Elise and a couple other streaming friends to make sure that I'm not getting in the way of them doing things. Not that I think that I would, like, usurp any viewership or anything like that, but I just want to make sure that things are, you know, I'm communicating. That's important. But yeah, like, I figure the more consistent I can get, hopefully I can get those numbers up, because we on that path to partner, so that way I can do bigger and better things with the show. Oh, heck! Why, thank you! Thank you very much for the sub, much appreciated. Or the follow, rather. No, it was a sub, thank you! Yeah, so where was I going with that? I always get distracted by the good news. Well, thank you. If the suit is what does it, then I'm glad that I decided to wear it. Admittedly, I was almost like, nah, I'm gonna be casual Friday today. Yeah, so again, trying to figure out more consistent dates so that way I can get things going. The end goal of that, because numbers, unfortunately, are an important thing with being able to get interviews with companies, developers, all that stuff. What I would love to be able to do is not have to do this show by myself. And in order to do that, that's going to require having some big numbers, so that way we can get good donations coming in, and then I could pay to have somebody here, somebody that could press all the buttons, and somebody that could help me out with videos, because I'm kind of passively all right at them, but there's got to be somebody out there that's got a talent for it, and I want to be able to compensate them, but also that way I can get animations, I can have other people do segments on here and compensate them for it. So that's really the end goal, is to give work to friends and people that want to work, and make sure that they're getting paid adequately, and by adequately I mean above adequately, because people deserve to make good money on doing things like this. And then last, of course, I'm still trying to figure out setting up a Discord. I'm kind of like biting my nails a little bit at it just because I know that's a lot to undertake. I know a few friends that have been able to do it, and I definitely want to try and get a good community going because I don't have that anymore, and I definitely want to try and keep with fostering a place that's safe, supportive, and also just a place to be able to do all the things that I miss doing, like MS Paint Your Feelings, where we watch a really bad movie and then we draw a picture on MS Paint or whatever paint application you've got handy on your phone or on your computer, and then we just draw our favorite scene with it. Yeah, it's pretty easy to set up. I just making sure that I've got enough channels, or I have too many channels, and also making sure that I've got bots in place. I also need to find some mods. Mods are a thing that I need, because I don't have those either. But baby steps. I think I'm getting my usual like 10 steps ahead of myself when I should just like focus on one thing and then gradually get there. Other than that, yeah, I just miss hanging out and playing games with people. I'm trying to get back into doing weekly to bi-weekly Jackbox games, and then playing some fighting games with folks. So yeah, like definitely want to do that. Cool. I appreciate all the help, everybody. The more help, the better. Yeah, I knew what you meant. It's not gross. So yeah, I hate to cut the good tunes here, but let's go ahead and let's get this game started. It says Disco Prince. One of the best Katamari songs ever. Only tunes. What's going on, dude? Hopefully you are rested up there, Cody. I know you've been going through a lot recently. Yeah, let's see here. What I gotta press the button to switch into gaming. Yes. Oh, sorry. Fair enough, my dude. Fair enough. Sure, I'm rested. Jeez. Again, please let me know if you need assistance with anything. Wait, that's the auto fire button. Alright, so last week, I got to Stage 5-1 in Ninja Gaiden, a game that I have never really played much of before. This is the first challenge for the season. I guess this is my little X-Men cartoon recap here. So what the heck is Game Apartment 1C? Well, I'm glad you didn't ask, and I'm going to answer it for you. But there's a Japanese television series which I cannot recommend enough to people called Game Center CX. It's kind of like the pioneer prototype to... There it is. Previously on Game Apartment 1C. But, so it's this middle-aged comedian named Shinya Arino. He's just a real charming dude. He doesn't really get angry at games. He takes things in good stride. He's also not very good at games. The things that he's really good at are like dating sims and puzzle games. He is a Viking at those somehow. But it's all about him playing these notoriously difficult and well-remembered games of yesteryears. And it's his job to get to the ending screen of those games. It was created at a time before YouTube. And, yeah, he plays through them, and you'd be surprised at how well he does at some games and how bad he does at others, but that's, kind of the vibe I'm going for here. Being that I was not raised in Japan, it's kind of a different sense of nostalgia with, playing retro games, but hopefully it gives off the same view and feeling of hanging out with a friend and trying to get through games. Hold on one sec. Something happened in the chat. All right, there we go. Sorry. I guess it I guess it modded Rakok's name because of the word cock. Nah, unfortunately, yeah, Rockcock is not here for the stream anymore, unfortunately. I wish, but yeah, I had not a very good fallout with Cinco, as they used to be a part of the show. But I'm not getting into that. We're moving up and over. But not like an awkward thing, at least for me. So no, it's all good. I made like a little PSA about it last episode. If you check it on the VOD, obviously I don't go into details or anything like that because yeah, it's not worth harping on. I wish them both the best, and hopefully they are able to keep doing what they're doing. But I do miss laughing along with Rockcock. He's a good dude. Yeah. We'll find some other cool folks that hopefully narrate segments as good as Rockcock does. Oh, well, thank you. I try. I'm just here to try and be, as my buddy Bill put it today, a friend simulator. I think that's what Twitch is these days, or always has been. Hopefully watching me suffer at games kind of brings you a little bit of solace. Helps make your week, your day, your minute, however many seconds you're spending watching me try and get through these games a little better. That's the goal here. Are these guys like samurai? Are they mummies? Xbox Ninja Gaiden, the first time it crossed over with DOA, or was that set up earlier? If I remember correctly, characters in DOA for the PlayStation were referencing the Hayabusa clan. But I'm not 100% sure on that. What is Automod? So Twitch occasionally has really decent settings in their platform where you can set a certain level of moderation if you don't really have any dedicated people modding the stream for you. So what it'll do is it'll flag certain terms that are recognized as being inappropriate, such as cock, and like other things like that. So it'll hold the comment in the chat until somebody goes in and clicks it, either myself or a mod. Golly, I forget that I have Ninpo. That's a thing I gotta use. Yeah, I'm still trying to figure out who to make mods in the channel, Mario, but I will let you know. It'll be a process. I will need the best of the best. It might be very much like recruiting the A-team kind of process. How do you feel about airplanes? Do you enjoy when a plan comes together? Now, see, hey, Cody was on that. There it is. Dang it. 18, please help me. I need to get through this game. Man, the difficulty on this just ramped up. That clam man. Oh, and done! Alright. Oh. You don't like airplanes, then you can take the, oh my gosh. Is BJ Baracus is Mr. T's character's name in A-Team? I always forget. Most of my experience with Mr. T is from watching the Chipmunks as a kid. B.A. Baracus, not BJ Baracus. That's somebody else entirely. Okay, well, that works. Is the BA like the degree that he got, or is it short for something? I don't want to assume. All right. Thanks, Merle. Yes, I was confusing two awesome protagonists. Who is this guy? Quit doing. Oh my god. Well, how many stages are in this game? That's the thing I really should have researched. Glad I'm not a speedrunner. This would be insane. I miss the old Wolfenstein games. Can't remember if I have them downloaded on my PS4 or not. He could be Hebrew. Alright, well, I've got 2 bits of life left. Ah, heck. If I did play Wolfenstein 3D, I'd probably have to play one of the ports. I'd be tempted to play the PC version, but I think it would be much more entertaining and comical to play like the Super Nintendo version. I can't remember if they made an NES version or not. I'll have to look that up. Or SNES Doom would be a hoot. Alright, Super Noah's Ark 3D. Well, there it is. Yep. Well, that's gonna be a thing now. Jeez. Well, I already have 8 challenges for this season picked out. You have to save that for your vote for season 2 if we make it there. Maybe I'll do maybe my new tradition will be instead of playing Parasite Eve over the holiday, I'll play Bible games. Nobody tell James Rolfe. I mean, really, at least that's the point of this, is to sacrifice myself for the needs of the people out there. I definitely need to... I'm kind of glad that Season 5 didn't take, because I did have some surprise games in store. I was going to play Captain Novelin, which, if you've never heard of before, that is... calling it a game is pretty generous. So Captain Novelin was a game that was created as like an edutainment game to teach people about diabetes and blood sugar and testing and... Ooh. So the object of the game is that you play this superhero named Captain Novelin who's diabetic, and at the end of every stage you have to take a test and answer questions about diabetes, but you also need to make sure that you do not touch any enemies that are like sugary sweets, like cupcakes, and otherwise your blood sugar goes way up and you die. Let's see, made an AR game in the wake of Pokemon Go where you go around Italy collecting saints. I'd play that. Saint Go? It sounds like a spin-off of Saint Seiya or something like that. Oh, bless that game. I see what you did there. Ah, dang it. I don't think I'd mind this as much if I didn't go back to the start every time. Am I being impatient? Or am I going too slow? Do I have to... I have to race through this a little faster. Okay, whoa. Hang on there, guys. Why is everybody coming down at once? Get out of there. Nope. There we go. Okay. Use the Ninpo. That's what they're there for. Okay, what the heck? Edutainment month? Oh, entire season of edutainment games. Golly, why would I even suggest that? Playing nothing but Mario's missing games. Ugh. Yeah, Mario's Time Machine. Mario Teaches Typing. I wouldn't mind playing Carmen Sandiego. I'm trying to remember, like... There's like all those Fisher-Price games for the NES that I don't even... would be interesting to play. It wouldn't really be a challenge because they're made for babies, but I think those would be great words to put in my mouth if I went to go challenge or speedrun Fisher-Price Fire Rescue, and then I lost. Oh, that's right! Oh man, how could I forget such classic memes as Ouija? Get that torch. What is that torch? That looks good. Yes, that is good. The challenge is maintaining your sanity. Accurate. Oh yeah. It's funny you mentioned that, Alex. I was also trying to look into doing Typing of the Dead for a stream, but for some reason I could not get it to work on my computer. Because there's also like a couple light gun games I would like to get and play on here. So back when I was an employed man, in the days of old, I kickstarted one of those really nice LCD screen light guns. It was a guy out of the UK developed. So I was originally like, oh man, I really want to play Time Crisis again. I love Time Crisis. And yeah, my old friend Amber linked that to me and was like, heck yeah, now I can play all the light gun games again and waste all of my time. Because I think I have somewhere, there is I have a MAME ROM of a Lupin the Third light gun game, and then there's a Mobile Suit Gundam light gun game. Both were Japan only. that I've been wanting to play, but there really isn't a good way to do it unless you got a light gun. But I would definitely like to be able to play something like Time Crisis or Time Crisis 2 or Point Break on the stream. Yeah, it's a two-player light gun game where you play as operatives in oh gosh, I want to say it's during the initial attacks on the Australian continent, or like maybe you're going through the Jaqiuo jungle. I can't remember. It's been years since I've played it, but your controller was one of the Zaku heavy machine guns that had like the bullet drum on top and the really distinct design of being a Xeon armament. But yeah, I had a lot of fun playing it. It played very similar to Time Crisis. It was like during my first trip to Japan. I think that unfortunately got overshadowed by the Gundam Pod game. So I think we waited. Thankfully, we didn't wait too long to play that. I was like at the height of that game being released. Snatcher? Get a re-release? I don't think so. I know the Japanese version of it got released on the Turbo Mini. No, unfortunately I didn't get to play the Gundam game. I still have my card. It should still work with it. But no, we ended up spending a lot more time in the hotel room just hanging out and catching up with people, which is fine. Made some really good memories. But yeah, that's the game that if it's the same one where you literally sit in a 180 field of vision, it's what they designed those Star Wars pod games after. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, you could get like a little pilot's card, kind of like the Initial D games or like some of those rhythm games. I still have mine from my first trip to Japan somewhere. Pretty sure it's either in my old wallet or I put it with my Gundam stuff. I'll have to double check, but bring those folks back to MagFest, please. Oh, lucky. Yeah, the game is pretty awesome. Like, sound design wise, graphics, the game is pretty lit. I remember getting real lucky on my first match, and oh heck! Hey, there they are. What's up, Vampy? Come to watch me die a lot. I appreciate it though. All this support to watch me lose a bunch of lives in this game. But yeah, I remember when I don't know if you probably know him, Cody. Nick Marinelli used to be the COO of MagFest. I remember trying to convince him to find somebody who had an arcade, an arcade cabinet. I guess like a cabinet. When Konami was like really at the height of all their rhythm games, they did a Fist of the North Star paddle game. So you would play as like Kenshiro, and you would have to punch these paddles as they were like flipping out at you and stuff. I really love to be able to play that game again. They used to have one at the arcade like an hour from here, and by here I mean my house. And back when I was a DDR kid, and playing DDR pretty regularly, which is what I call DDR. We would drive all the way up there because they were the first place to have, I think it was a Max 2 machine. So it was me, this kid Brad, and our friend Frank would all hang out and drive up there and spend like a good 6-7 hours at the mall until they closed. And yeah, I was in the best shape of my life back then. I should talk about DDR more. It seems to be helping. Oh, I spoke too soon! Damn it! Oh yeah. So I guess this is my time to butter up to Cody here. Yes, MagFest is potentially back. It's going to need a lot of support from attendees like you and me, people that have been past panelists, and just people advocating that there's a change in the air, and staff and attendees are going to be heard a lot more, and their safety is priority one. I don't want to speak for mag staff, but yeah, like it's for the better. There's great people now running things as the board of directors with best interest in mind for staff, attendees, and for the health of the festival itself. So yeah, if you've been sleeping on going to MagFest, and not just because of a pandemic, I cannot recommend enough going, because heck yeah, it is such a great time. I've met some of the kindest and most generous people by going to MagFest. Oh heck, you were at the Gaylord last night? What were you doing at the Gaylord? Yeah, Elise, if you... Oh gosh, please go to MagFest. So I don't want to paint the wrong picture about Mag, but yeah, like a lot of people will celebrate, get their party on. But as somebody that wasn't really able to drink it all last year, it's still a great time. There are plenty of people that don't get super wasted, that are just there to be gamers and have a good game time. Oh, okay, wow, at the Gaylord? Who's going to the Gaylord? Well, that should have tipped you off, man. Date at the Gaylord. All right, fair enough. Oh my gosh, why am I so bad at this game? Jesus. Cody, are you quoting Electric Six? Where the heck is my buddy Brandon? He's missing out on all these sweet Electric Six lyrics that are happening in the chat. Ah, the home field. Okay, that's fair. That's fair. Also, I mean, like, if you're gonna stay in a hotel, you might as well stay in one that has a sweet balcony and a weird penis fountain. Gaylord definitely isn't the worst hotel. I feel you. What, the penis fountain or the hotel? Which is closed? Oh, wow! Wow, that's awful. The Hilton Mark Center, where the heck is that? Yes, the toaster oven. Alex, oh, is that where MagFest was held originally? As if so, then yes, that is the worst hotel. I mean... Okay, yeah, alright. I think I've been to that hotel. I mean, I've had pretty bad experiences at the Gaylord. It's most certainly not the worst hotel experience I've had, but it's pretty up there. I think it was the 1 year after MagFest, or not after MagFest. It was 1 year that MagFest was after KatsuCon, and I shit you not, we get into the hotel room and I'm checking all the drawers, like you do, trying to see if they've got the Gideon's Bible, for a laugh. And, sure enough, there was a severed dildo in the dresser drawer. It looked like it had been freshly used. So, imagine sitting on a phone, picking up the phone and just being like, hey, front desk, yes, this is room 214. Yeah, I don't know how to tell you this or how to describe this, but there is a severed phallic object in the dresser here, right next to the Gideon's Bible. How do I know that it's severed? Oh, well, because it looks like somebody took a pair of scissors and cut this thing in half. Well, I don't know if it was a ground floor room. I was just shooting out a random number. Yeah, so they had to send up the hotel manager and two of the supervisors on staff. So one of the... Poor guy. I felt so bad, but at the same time, like, whoever cleaned that room didn't clean it, because also the shower had this weird red line around the tub. Like somebody had done like a bloodbath, quite literally. So it was a bad time. Yeah, it was like for mature audiences only. So if we're gonna get into the anatomy of a dildo, I have a soda bottle here. So when I say severed, let's say you've got your tip and your helmet right up here at the top. This thing was like cut like right here, right in the middle. Yeah, so like not like bifurcated. That'd been a whole lot worse. As if it were like a warning message, like, if you don't leave this hotel room, this will be you. But no, it was just like somebody was like, ah, dang it, I can only fit the balls in my briefcase, so I can only take half of this home with me. So, yeah, they had the guy come in, and, you know, the hotel manager was like, I can give you $20 off your room, and I was like, are you shitting me? That's it? I would like to be put into a different room. I don't feel comfortable being in here. I don't know what they've done with the place. But because it's MagFest, they didn't have any spare rooms, so, yeah, I got $20 off the room, and, I watched a guy pick up a dildo with a, with a food service glove, and just, like, pick it up with, like, his forefinger and thumb like this, and then drop it in a huge, big trash bag. Like, that was the only thing that they brought the trash bag up for, and just, like drop it in there. It was one of the funniest things I've ever seen in my life. And I laughed about it for probably the rest of the night, while also being very irate at the fact that I was sleeping in a room with a severed dildo. So yeah, that's my, what was that? I think that was my third MagFest? Second MagFest, I witnessed a man punch another guy in the back of the head in the dealer's room. So that's probably my best MagFest story. Vic, you tell your internet connection to get right. I need your ninja support. Oh, good. Thank you, Elise. I was wondering when clips would finally be made of of the stream. Oh, Cody, I can only imagine. Jeez, like hearing about some of the weird issues with panels, but also you got any stories about that Donkey Kong musical? Because let me tell you, I do. Whew. I commend those people for trying to put the effort into the panel, but all right, so. For some of you old-time squatters that remember Princess Amber, who was pretty affiliated with the show here, they are a huge fan of the Donkey Kong Country cartoon that was done by the people that also did Reboot. And somehow in the program guide, they had listed that they were going to be holding a Donkey Kong musical that was a recreation of 2 episodes from that cartoon. So, you know, it's Saturday night. We got one night left of Mag, and you know, we're like, all right, there are worse ways that we could spend this. This feels like a bonding experience. Let's all hang out and watch a live performance of the Donkey Kong cartoon. And yeah, we waited in line. You know, the actors came out and were trying to hype up the crowd, so the energy was getting good. But they finally got us into the room for the panel, and it ended up being like a half-hour wait. Like, they had some technical difficulty setting up. It's fine. It happens. But so like the crowd was getting antsy because this is also at like 11:30 at night or at midnight on Saturday. So people are pretty rowdy, and they're warning people like, hey, you need to scoot up. We need to make room for everyone. Don't worry, you're not going to get splashed with anything. You know, nothing's gonna get on you, so don't be afraid of moving up to the front row. So we're like, okay. So we scoot up a little bit and wait a little bit longer, and finally it begins. But they only have one microphone for a what's the word I'm looking for? A cast. That's the word. Haha. A cast of I think about 6 actors and actresses that they're constantly having to pass back and forth to one another. Oh, hey, it's Bill. What up, Bill? I'm recounting my tale of seeing the Donkey Kong Country musical at MagFest this past year. So anyways, yeah, so they finally get started, and you can barely hear them because the audio isn't working through the microphone. despite like the staff really trying their best to help out. The music doesn't play on cue, and the projection screen that they had up isn't working at the start when it's supposed to have like graphics that go along with the musical itself. And so it's off to a good start. And I'd say about 10-15 minutes in, we find out that it's not actually a retelling of, or not retelling, but like a recreation of 2 episodes. They wrote their own original script based on those episodes and decided to improv the music, or at least that's how it seemed. And they're throwing out all these weird things about how Diddy Kong is Donkey Kong's brother, making up all this country lore. And so like at that 10-15 minute mark, there's a scene where Donkey Kong is getting in a scuffle with King K. Rool, and he has to exit like stage center back, and his costume's pretty bulky, so not only does he exit the stage, but he takes the stage with him. Like the big large banisters that are holding the curtain start to fall down, and we witness them fall into a speaker, and the speaker just completely blown out. And yeah, so not only that, but the one time I did laugh in the entire thing is they were like, all right, like now Donkey Kong is gonna go swim underwater, and they literally just played the underwater music, and then Donkey Kong sat in a chair in the front row next to people that they told were not going to be splashed with water, and they splashed everybody with water. So things are going good, and we decided to leave prematurely because there was just we couldn't stay to see the rest of it. And the audience was already getting pretty loud and very, very not into it. So yeah, probably one of the craziest panels I've ever been to. Hey, Merle's back. Nice. It's up there with the English dub of the Bible Black at Otakon as being like a crazy, crazy panel to go to, because whew. I don't know how I got suckered into going to that, but whew. Oh, that dub. I'm sad. So it's funny. I really came into knowing Little Green Ghouls, my buddy Bill in the chat here, through our mutual friend Matt Papa, because I think I'm gonna butcher retelling this story. But they were all hanging out together up at his apartment in I think Union City in the New York Jersey border, and oh gosh, there's a scene that Bill quotes. Yeah. Where the girl's just like, look how big. So my first taste of the kind of comedy that Bill does is Matt replicating that voice. What's Cody saying? After Big Night DC, shit show of, oh gosh, please spare no details, my board of directors friend. Oh, here we go. I feel like I need to get Cody on like a storyteller's stream. Just like recount like horrific convention stories, because I'm pretty sure myself, Elise, and oh heck! Ampy, you are too good to me. What is this generosity? I'm doing piss poor performance here, and you're subbing into my channel. What the heck? I don't deserve that, but I'll take it. Big Night DC, yes. Let him hear it. Let him hear it. Yeah, con stories are... Con and MagFest stories are wild. Had some very interesting MagFest stories. $200 a person? I mean, for the Gaylord, that's pretty crazy, but yeah. Yeah, entitled folks, yes. Open bar. Oh my god. Oh, why? Who decided that mistake? Jeez. Ah, there we go. Ah, now I'm good at Ninja Gaiden. Oh, this is a yearly? Oh, I mean, like, New Year's is a yearly thing, but I didn't know this was a thing that they routinely did at the Gaylord. Okay, you need to cut that out there, white guy. Scattering Light says, had a lot of great memories from my one Mag Fest, but I also remember having to deal with a roommate who came very close to alcohol poisoning. Yeah! Oh, I'm so sorry about that year. I'm sorry about that. It wasn't me, but yes, that, oof. Found a guy in the elevator passed out. Okay, that's a good way to start Magfest. Oh no, not projectile is the worst. Oh dear. Those faint of heart. Content warning. Oh no. Oh no. Okay, Cody. Okay. Oh dear. Ooh, in the oh, I remember hearing about the stairwell. Yeah. I remember hearing about that. Oh man. Oof. If by rowdy ass drunk at Magfest you mean playing Drunk Souls, then yes. Yes, you do. One of my favorite Magfest memories, now that both people are in the chat, so Tazrael was hanging out with Bill the one year we all went, and we had gone to see, I guess it was the Proto-Men? And so Bill's a rockin' guy. I say that in the most corny way possible. And I will never forget, I have it etched into my brain. So Bill's like, turns to his fiance and says like, I'm going into the mosh, and hands over his eyeglasses and just like disappears into the crowd. And I have no idea where he goes. And right behind him is Tazrael, and he just like shrugs his shoulders, just is like, oh, it was Power Glove? Okay. So anyway, so Tazrael's just like, I'm going in too, and I'm like, no, don't do it. And I just see Tazrael disappear as well, and I have no idea where he goes. And nothing against Tazrael, but he's a little shorter than Bill. Bill's a tall dude, so just, you know, I know Bill can hold his own. I've never seen Tazrael get into a fight, but I imagine, you know, he's stubborn. He'll get in there. And oh god, I just remember like panicking because I didn't think he would survive. But sure enough, the two of them come out, like patting each other on the back, and yeah, I wish I could wrap my head around death metal. I wish I could wrap my head around music in general. My musical tastes are all beeps and boops, not even like the Kraftwerk kind. That is the one thing I do remember from the one time I did a mosh pit at Magfest. Mosh pit folks are pretty decent guys. They are not at BitGen though. Dudes at BitGen were super rude. Yeah, the Tomberry Kigu was choice. Sorry, I'm trying to get caught up in the chat and fighting mummies with swords in this game, so please forgive me if responses are a little delayed. This is why when I do get together post-COVID, there's going to be a limit on the rowdy liquor. Yeah, for sure. That's the thing is like, so a lot of the folks in the chat are also in the LARP circle that I am somehow still allowed to be a part of. Where was I going with that? I don't know where I was going with that. What was it? Oh, no, I don't know where I was going with that. I was gonna make some comment about, man, I lost my train of thought. Dang it, I'm getting old. Ugh. I'm gonna wonder what it was that I was going to say about that. Yeah, see, I'm not big on concerts or raves either. Magfest really is the only time that I do it, just because the energy from the live venue is so intense, and so wonderful. Oh, that's what I was gonna say. Okay. Yes. So alcohol rowdiness. Thank you. I remember now. So we have a mutual friend named Brandon who has always wanted to go to Magfest, but thanks to a an evening of paint your feelings, has been very hesitant to consume alcohol. Totally respect that. But I may not have, in the first few years of MagFest, painted the best picture of it. So, yeah. Oh, wait, he went in first? Dang, I'm sorry, I mistold that story. I should have given due credit. But yeah, so I'd love to get a MagFest together to be able to get our buddy Brandon to go. Especially since I know our mutual friend Feldman has sworn that he will never go, which makes me so sad because I feel he would have a great time. Should I do a save state? I don't feel like I should. I'm sorry, I mistold that story. I think that was the same year that we did, I don't go there, but we were so tired from the fest, you know, like you do, you get really into it and having a good time. Yeah, exactly. Like, people are super considerate for the most part. You know, you're gonna get your bros at any convention or nerd fest, unfortunately, but people are usually really, really decent about, hey, you're not drinking? Cool. Yeah, like, my last MagFest was nothing but that. Was just super intimate, getting to catch up with people that I met up with, or I met through the show here. So yeah, it was dang decent to just be able to chill and get to know people. Oh, you'd be surprised, King Cool. Also, sorry I didn't see you earlier. Good to have you here. I forget what the reason was that Feldman gave me, but it was more or less like, hey, I keep hearing about people telling me to go, so I'm like, what's the word I'm looking for? He's been pressured into going so much by people, they keep telling him to go, that he's just like, no, I'm stubbornly not going. Which is such a dang shame, because, like, he could play in the Guilty Gear tournament. He could play so many games. Yeah, that's the thing, is, like, I'm never going to fault or question why nobody drinks. I know a lot of people that are recovering alcoholics. I have a history of alcoholism in my family, and it's no one's business besides who they want to share it with. So, yeah, if you don't want to drink, cool. I'm usually pretty conscious about that. Kind of like with, hey, okay, Bill, I'm gonna need you to turn the volume down on that, alright? Somebody literally told me, you can't like Earthbound unless you like Undertale. Them's fighting words. But, my other fond MagFest memories, I have quite a few. Very fond memories of playing Donkey Kong 3 in the arcade with a very buzzed Wizard Random. We're just like, I remember Wizard Random. We were like taking turns playing, going back and forth, you know, like in a 2-player game. And I think, if I remember right, Wizard Random ended up losing all of his lives and was just like, fuck Stanley! And I just like never really heard him talk like that before. It was just really entertaining to me. Oh, the Moonshine was also very good. But what else was I saying? So, it's a MagFest tradition, I forgot to say. Another favorite memory of mine. So I'm pretty sure it was the same year as the Mosh Pit, but Tazrael was staying over at my then fiance's house, because it was just a hop, skip, and a drive down to the Gaylord, and nice. That's awesome, Balthazar. Where was I going? So, yeah, so we were really hungry and we're really tired. We didn't want to have to cook, so we were just looking for easy hangover food, which, to those not in the know, chicken nuggets. That's the go-to food. I guarantee it'll fill you the right way, and so we drove through McDonald's, and this is the time when they were doing their 20 nugget promotion. You know, you get like 20 nuggets for stupid cheap money, and there was 4 or 5 of us in the car, and the guy probably thought we were stoned out of our minds. That's why I earlier said, like, I don't go there, because, like, I am anti-drug like a big old nerd, and yeah, so I'm putting the order into the I'm putting the order into the box because I'm like, we need 80 nugs, and everyone in the back is just laughing because we're just like, yeah, we said that right, 80 nugs. We did not stutter. And so we got back to the house and sat around eating a bunch of chicken nuggets while watching an episode of Game Center. And that has been how I have celebrated every MagFest since. I go to Mickey D's, get myself some chicken nugs, and watch some Game Center. And I died. Ugh, all right. We're almost up to that intermission. I hope the segments I did for this week are good. There's a lot of new people watching. This could make or break the show. But yeah, Merle, it would be a pleasure to have you at MagFest. I'm not just saying this because somebody who runs MagFest is in the chat, but one of the best artist alleys and merchant rooms, some of the best signing sessions that I've ever had with people in the games industry. The tournaments are fantastic and run by really great people. The vintage pinball machines are fantastic. The arcade. Yeah, you too, King Cool. Like, if you can get there, I know we've only hung out at a PAX, but man, I go back and forth on which one I like more, only because of how different the atmosphere is at each. Like, MagFest is MagFest like going to summer camp. PAX is like visiting your favorite relatives on Christmas. But yeah, I would love, again, to be able to go to MagFest with friends and not have to worry about... I hate to say this because it's going to make me sound like a grumpy jerk, but I would rather not have to worry about appeasing a significant other again at a MagFest. I seem to have this knack where like I always go with somebody that really hates fun. And just wants to do nothing but stay in bed the entirety of Mag. When I'm like, I've got arcade games to play, I got people to meet. I still have a good time, but it's definitely the kind of thing where like, crap. I mean, it's my fault for letting people like have that kind of control over me. Like I'm that guy. Like if somebody's like, oh, I want to spend time with you here, I'm like, okay. Historically, I've been a very big people pleaser, but I'm at the point now in my old age where I'm like, no, M in MagFest stands for me. It's me in games. Yeah, I've had very good time rooming with Bill, but yes. Oh heck, Vampy, I don't know if you want to room with me. I would love to room with you. That would be an experience. I usually try and get like a balcony room. I buy comically large beer. It's a treat, but I don't want to cramp your style. I feel like I'd be holding you back. If that makes any sense. I think the first time I met you, Elise, was when we shared a room. Yeah, I really wish I'd gone to Mag Prom. Ugh. I think the very first time I met you, Elise, is we shared a room at Neko? Maybe? Maybe. I think that was the year I first met Matt and Carson? Or was it Katsu? Was that the infamous... hey, I have to witness everybody's weird, awkward friends get into a big relationship fight in this hotel room here. I mean, that makes zero sense. Okay, yes, that infamous Katsu. Ooh, I think that was the year everybody got snowed in as well. Alright, Vampy, what I'm saying is we need a room at MagFest. There it is. Let's make it happen. You can hang out with me, you can hang out with Bill, play games in the room. go down to the arcade. We can play my favorite game that I like to play at MagFest, which I call Stoned or Socially Awkward. You can try and guess if a person is stoned or socially awkward, or both, as they pass you in the hallway. We can visit the DeVito Shrine, as I imagine that will be a tradition for years to come. And if it is not, there will be hell to pay. Yeah, I mean, if you're going to go to any mag prom, that's the prom to go to. Tazrael, I really will have to take you up on that offer for Hades. I've had a couple people say, like, hey, Dan, why aren't you playing that on stream? I don't know, because I'm not good at modern games. I'm pretty ass terrible at them. That's a word I just made up. I'm gonna hold you to that there, Belthazar. I am sad that it was the DeVito Shrine, then it became the Shrek Shrine, and then it got changed back to the DeVito Shrine. Wait, whose favorite game? Oh, you mean you mean my favorite game at MagFest? I mean, Waka Waka 7's pretty choice. I'm also a big fan of Windjammers, and not for the fact that it's a great game, but because it is unfortunately named. Automod, what the heck? I appreciate you watching the chat, but if Bill is saying Hades whips ass, that's fine. No one's gonna get offended by that, I hope. Whips ass is fine. What else are you gonna whip? Cream? Oh, what else do people whip? Whip rum? Booty? Push? Cream? Yeah, cream. Wow, man, Cody, you are pulling out the deep cuts. God. That's a sure way to time date yourself is how many Winamp skins did you have back in the day? Oh, I forgot I can cut the bullets. That would be super helpful to know. Alright. No, I believe as one of the few things that Syncope had a really good influence on was for a long time, I was trying to be a wholesome man with the stream, thinking that, like, hey, this will be an all-audiences stream, and that was a mistake. And wholesome? I think not. Alright, Jason Voorhees. Get bent. Used to make his own Winamp skins. Oh, goodness. How do I get down there? What the heck? What the? How am I supposed to get down there? That's impossible. Like, climb? Whoa, what am I supposed to do here? Carefully. Well, that's not carefully at all. Man, this game. Alright, I'll give it one more shot, and then I'm going to start up the segments. Which I like to call my bathroom break. But that's not the time for you guys to go away. It's time for you guys to sit down, get educated, and hopefully do some laughs. Do a backflip. Ah, no! That's not where I'm supposed to do a backflip. There we go. Yeah, the return of Steven Segman, everybody's favorite Sega boy. The only Sega boy, apparently. Climb, climb, climb! Did get Steven back. I don't know if that's a good thing. Don't celebrate it just yet. It could be for the worse. Alright, well, that regenerated. Nope, stop that. Stop! That was a mistake! Well, let somebody enjoy Steven Segman. I've been on the fence on whether or not I should include him in the future of the show. Well, hopefully this episode that he did is to your liking. All you three Steven fans out there. Nope, get your weird tornado kicks out of here, buddy. Oh, okay, you know what? It's not worth it. That's not worth it at all! Alright. Alright, so we're gonna hold here. Listen, Tazrael, if that's you fishing for a giant woman joke, you've come to the right place. Because all I want to do is see... well, I'm not going to finish that sentence. That's not appropriate. Anyways, traditionally, for those of you that have never watched the show before, I like to break up the episode into kind of like an intermission of sorts, and kind of have some educational stuff at the same time as having something real stupid. Just because originally the audience that I was curating for with the stream were people that like were tiny tots that had never ever heard of what the Nintendo Entertainment System was. So yeah, let's take a trip down memory lane to when I was a wee lad and playing games in the bits of 8, and we're going to see an episode of Nintendo history. It is kind of a rerun. I did a little bit of editing on it, but I figured what I would do is use the backlog that I had before, kind of save myself some work. Thank you. And I don't know who I was thinking up there. I guess it was one of my Gundam models that's on the ceiling. But what I'll do is I'll start to make more episodes, so that way I've got a pretty consistent schedule of those being released. But for those not in the know, we have a contributor by the name of Stephen Segman, who is a very, very outspoken advocate for everything involving Sega. He's done a couple Sega news segments on the show, as well as reviewing some of his favorite Master System games. But he's hitting us with a new segment for this this reboot of the show. So sit tight. It'll be a couple minutes, not too long. He's not going to overstay his welcome. So yeah, I'll be right back. I'm going to take this opportunity to pee, and we'll be back in just a moment.
Segman. Soup, 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 soup. It's time for Steven. Now it's time for Steven. Segment 2.
Hello, Sega fans, and welcome to the first episode of Things I Learned from the Book of Genesis. Today, we look to the sacred text from one of the greatest gifts to mankind from Sega, Jurassic Park. Read along if you would please, and turn to page 9. We're going to be reading from verse at the very bottom. It says, and I quote, "When Grant jumps onto a higher ledge or platform, he automatically pulls himself up." What can we learn from this? Well, Sega fans, it's resilience. See, when we're tackling a difficult problem or something that's above us, we just gotta remember to pull ourselves up. Use that spiritual upper body strength. Upper body strength. That's the word, yes, upper body strength. And just lift yourself back up. There's no platform you can't reach, and there's no obstacle you can't overcome, as long as you remember these wise words from the Book of Genesis. I hope you'll join us next time as we take a look at a lesson from one of our favorite Sega mascots. In your name, we give thanks. Sega.
The Nintendo Entertainment System. With its futuristic-looking build, near-arcade perfect ports of Donkey Kong and Popeye, and designed to blend in with other electronics around the television, it single-handedly reignited the fires of the Western video game industry. First released on October 18, 1985, The system was sold alongside 17 titles at launch. 10-Yard Fight. Originally released for the Famicom on August 30th, 1985, it was developed by Irem for arcades and ported to the NES. Play American football with 5 levels of difficulty, from high school all the way to the Super Bowl. Players at the time had to make do with this game long before a more successful football game would arrive. Baseball. Released on December 7th, 1983 in Japan, Nintendo's first baseball game kick-started a whole wave of copycats. With teams loosely based on professional clubs in the Major League, this game set the foundation for America's greatest pastime in video game form. Clue Clue Land! Designed by Shigeru Miyamoto, this game was originally released for the Famicom on November 22, 1984. Players guide Bubbles through a pole-laden maze, hooking onto poles to uncover treasures at every turn. This was Miyamoto's take on a Pac-Man-style game, often overshadowed by his other 3 creations for the NES. Duck Hunt! The system seller for most American households. Released for the Famicom on April 21st, 1984. Players shoot ducks in flight for their canine companion to retrieve. The game is based on the laser clay shooting system of the same name, created by Nintendo themselves in the 1970s. It was rumored you could shoot the dog while it laughed at you, but that was only true of the game's arcade release. Alright, that was brief, but nice little break there. Hopefully y'all enjoyed that. I don't know what the heck to say. So I'm going to try and make it a point to go through the chronological order of games released in North America for the NES, so that way you guys get a little peek at what was originally released for the system. If you see something you like, definitely go check it out. A lot of stuff is available on the Nintendo Switch Online, but also, I try not to advocate for piracy, but you could go download the ROMs. Yeah, Duck Hunt's a game that if I can get that light gun hooked up to my PC, I should be able to play Duck Hunt for a challenge, or maybe do like a light gun episode or something like that. Yep, 10-Yard Fight. There was a couple Irem games that came out the gate like that, but most of the launch titles, I mean, obviously a lot of them were Nintendo. Nintendo produced in-house. But a good number of them were also third-party developed games like Ninja Kid, Chubby Cherub, Muscle. I'm trying to remember a couple other ones. I'm sorry, King Cool. So earlier I was talking about how back when I was an employed man and I had a job, Princess Amber had sent me a Kickstarter for an LCD television light gun. So it works on modern consoles. Sorry, not modern consoles, modern TV sets. It's like progressive scan and stuff like that. So I got one because I used to play whew, probably more than I care to admit. I played a lot of Time Crisis 2 on PlayStation 2, but I also just love light gun games, so I was hoping to play a couple on the stream at some point, but I think it's shipping from the UK, and with all the COVID stuff going on, they're postponed for a little while. I think they said North American backers should start seeing them, I think, in like March, if we're lucky. So Fighting Baseball has like 800 names. What are you talking about? Fighting Baseball? Okay, so I got to do this carefully. How do I backflip? That's not carefully. I wish I could just like climb up and down on this thing. You know, like... Alright, backflip. That's... Ah! Dang it. Oh, with all like the really, really crazy ass names. Okay. Oh, thanks, Tazrael. Also, I appreciate that Chibi Alex knows who Segata Sanshiro is. Which I didn't know until recently. I think it was Bill who told me. The same guy who plays Segata Sanshiro, who is the big Sega Saturn mascot in the mid to late 90s, is also the same guy that played the first Kamen Rider. Which I did not know, but explains everything. Also, you can climb up and down any surface starting in Ninja Gaiden 2. Well, sequel, where are you now? Ah, haha, there we go. I'm great. No. Get out of here, bird. Oh, come on. Ah. I don't know why I made a weird Kankor, like... I'm an attractive man. Yeah, you're Jason Voorhees. Oh no! Alright, here we go. Backflip. Alright. Get serious. Alright. Oh, thank you, Elise. Much appreciate you being here. Same with you, Alex. Really, really appreciate people hanging out and being here and supporting the show. Really, really means a lot. Oh, dang it! Oh man, at some point soon I would love to be able to get, they apparently have his theme song on vinyl. So yeah, Segata Sanshiro has like a whole song that goes along with whenever he shows up in a commercial. But, man, like, I can't believe that guy's in his mid to late 70s. He doesn't look a day over 40. And he still fits into the first Kamen Rider suit. So that's a series I need to get back to watching. So I was watching that pretty regularly for a good bit. Tornado kick, man. There we go. Oh. There's a Dorian Gray picture of Sonic in his attic. It's actually going to be of oh man, why am I blanking on that guy's name? Oh man, the guy who invented Hang On and Shenmue. Why am I blanking on that guy's name? I should know his name. Yui Suzuki. He's got a portrait of Yui Suzuki in his attic. As long as he lets Yui Suzuki make more Shenmue games, then he stays young. That's the headcanon that I just invented off of your good goof about off of Sonic. Dang it. And talk about a developer that... What happened, Yu Suzuki? Am I saying Yui? I'm saying Yui for some reason. I think I've got Toshigi Yugi on the brain. Yeah, it should just be you, Suzuki. My understanding of the Japanese language is that I like to add inflections and elongate vowels for no apparent reason. It's probably for the best that Matt Pop is not in the chat to tell that story again. Okay, Ninja Man. You cut that ninja business out. This is embarrassing. What the heck? Take two. I'm not starting off good. There we go. And wait, and there. Oh, come on, stop that. Don't be a bully. Dang it. Bird, what? Oh my gosh. Matt Papa has a theme song now? Welcome to the club, Matt Papa. The theme song club. All of us greats have theme songs. Happens to the best of us. I don't know why I haven't used that as music for the stream yet. Should figure out how to fit that in without it being like super tacky. Oh, that's right, you did. Yeah, you did. How did I forget that? Since when you were doing your really good Space Ghost impersonation as well, I believe. Ah, yeah, the DP Howard Hop. Alright. Come on, Ninja Gaiden. I can only ninja so much. You gotta meet me halfway here. I'm gonna need you to Gaiden it up for me. Whatever the hell that means. That's not how to do it. There we go. Oh, whew, that's recovery. That guy. Yeah, DP Howard Hop. Followed up by a rendition of Torn by Natalie Imbruglia. Definitely one of the better birthdays I've had. Certainly not the roast of Dan Howard, but how many birthdays can you have where your mom gets up to the microphone drunk and tells a story about you masturbating to everybody? True story! And I wish it wasn't. Oh man, I do have fond memories of looking over in the few moments of sobriety when I came out of being drunk for my mom to do that, to see Bill and his fiance and that table just like wide-eyed like, alright, well this is a thing that we're experiencing. Oh, and turning 30 was that was something. My mom is here. Oh mom. Oh mom. You are a mess. You are a big racist mess. Sad that I couldn't tell the like finishing part of that story, which sounds terrible in context, but I assure you it was actually quite humorous. I still don't know that Columbo is oh yeah, I did it! Yeah! Oh, more stage. Oh good. Just what I wanted. More stage. Thanks for delivering more stage, Ninja Gaiden. Oh, don't jump on the wall. Take care of that guy with the bat. Take care of Boxing Man. Okay, well this is just cruel. I do appreciate Brian ridiculing me with his wit and encyclopedic knowledge of things that I enjoy. Really, the crowning achievement of that, and not even intentional on Brian's part, is the fact that the money that I won immediately went to Feldman. That was a very good time. And I'm still sad I didn't even get to eat any of the food. All I did was drink. I was so hungry at the end of that. I also have fond memories of we went to the Korean bathhouse afterwards, and No, I didn't get to eat. Like, I picked all the foods that I like macaroni and cheese, chicken tenders. I think there was also their chili. Their chili is supposed to be is fantastic. Yeah, I have no idea if that place will even exist after pandemic. But yeah, the bathhouse was great because it was I think it was Captain D-Trag's first time going. So Captain D-Trag is a near and dear friend of mine. Had a little bit of a rough patch recently, a couple years back, but things are good now. Yeah, he's my resident Sega kid. Because everybody has that one kid that they know that is just Sega ga ga ga. That's a dumb joke. But I'll never forget, we were going into the men's side of the bathhouse, and I don't think they were expecting that it was going to be like, you know, a thing where you just get naked, you know, like you do in a bath. And I don't mean to put this guy on blast, but he definitely walked, and by walked I mean ran like the speed of light, from washing himself off with like the shower heads and everything, like cupping his groin as if he was going to lose it along the way, and then like immediately jumped in the bath and then like acted like nothing was wrong. But I also remember we were standing around after everyone had gotten out of the bath, and we were waiting for everyone on the women's side to come out, and oh my god, that's so unfair. We were talking about Leica films because I think we had just seen. I think my then fiance and I had just seen Paranorman, and we were talking about how much we liked it. And I think Box Trolls had just come out, and Scattering and Wizard were talking about how much they enjoyed it. And like Captain D-Trag for some reason was just like giving them a hard time about it. Like he would write film reviews in his spare time for fun. But he went to school for film critique. It was like his major was film at Towson, and yeah, he lost it on Box Trolls. like Box Trolls killed his mother. And it was just like, I've got it against Box Trolls on good authority, and just like, whoa, okay, whoa, what did Box Trolls do to you? I mean, like, I usually appreciate his taste in movies. He has some pretty fair opinions on them. It was just weird how he was, like, just so anti-Box Trolls. Like, I would say it's definitely one of the weaker films in their, in their library, but definitely not to the level that he went on. Hopefully someday we can go back to that bathhouse. If not, make another return trip to Japan. Okay, what the crap? Fly, man. That's the thing, is like, it wasn't terrible, but it's not the most memorable Leica film. But also I think people were really giving it I think unfair expectations after it was Coraline, then Paranorman, then Box Trolls, I think, right? I think people were holding to unfair standards for yeah, exactly. Yeah. You guys are saying it much more concisely and better than I could. Yeah, Box Trolls is a very weird... That's the thing, is I've known a lot of people. I've been very fortunate in my 36 years on this weird rock to meet some very interesting people, and like, Paranorman was before Coraline? That can't be right. Somebody go to Wikipedia. Where's Oh, right on, Bill. I think I remember you telling me about that. Yeah, because I remember, if I'm remembering right, I'm not like trying to like be like, oh, you're wrong, but I remember seeing Paranorman and then being like, oh, they did a film before this. Yeah, because Coraline was like how they made a name for themselves, where they were just like, hey, look, we're great. And then people were like, oh, stop motion's great again. It's not just it's not just Aardman, which not a problem. Aardman's great. It's just I can't remember like any other real big stop motion films. There we go. No, he's freaking cheetah! Were they really? I didn't know that. They were originally the same studio that worked with Will Vinton? That explains a lot. No! I mean, you've never been to a bathhouse in Japan. I'm not trying to rub it in. It is pretty great. A little awkward at first, but pretty great. You too could experience what it's like to be laughed at by a dude in an entire body of tattoos in the ice bath. Just like I did. If you're lucky. Yeah, so a lot of Japanese bathhouses have been becoming more lenient on tattoos, just because they understand like a lot of tourists come in and they, you know, they're learning that tattoos aren't necessarily like a gang thing. There's not a lot of them, but you can find a lot more these days than there used to be. Yeah, so we had to do a little bit of covering up, because when I went, I was going with my then fiance, and they had a huge sleeve on their arm, and they also had a tattoo on their shoulder blade, and we just got adhesive bandages and put them over them, and they were fine. They didn't ask about them or anything, because there's like so many old people go in there with like thermo patches or whatever on them. But we went into the Odaiba Onsen, which is like the real big, popular, touristy one that's on the main island of Odaiba, and it's themed after after like a big summer matsuri. So they have like all these different stalls where they have noodles and shaved ice, and you can play a bunch of carnival games. So it's really, really fun. But I definitely did. I probably made myself sick. So I ended up getting back to our hotel that night and just having the worst time, because right outside of the onsen they had a little like a vending machine. I don't know why I blanked on the word for that, where you could buy the glasses of milk. And let me tell you, there is nothing more refreshing than drinking cold milk after being in the onsen. Like, if you're lactose intolerant, probably not a good idea, but definitely worth it. Well, she didn't have a big back tattoo. She had a tattoo on her shoulder blade of a T and a semicolon, which I still don't understand. But that's me harping on past relationships like a goob. But they definitely had the Nami tattoo, which that should have been a red flag. That really should have been a red flag for me. Dating somebody for 2 weeks and they get a tattoo from one of your favorite things. That's suspicious. Yeah, so there's a difference between a semicolon tattoo. Like, there's a whole thing behind semicolons. I get that, but they literally got a semicolon with the Times New Roman T next to it because they saw it in a dream once. And I mean, like, okay, tattoos are super personal. I don't want to judge, but at the same time, It was just a weird thing to spend upwards of $100 on. But, you know, everybody's got different personal things. I mean, I got my little simple tattoo, which has its ups and downs of having, but... Okay, so here's the thing about tattoos. If you have a fear of needles, I get it. Because I have a fear of tattoos. Not tattoos, of needles. But I will tell you, the one thing that got it over for me was the fact that my twin sister paid for it. And I felt obliged to make good on having somebody else pay for a tattoo for me because of how expensive they are. It was very much a spur of the moment thing, but I'd known for a long while if I got one, I would get the one that I would get. I'm sad that nobody else has it, because like the original intent was to get it with friends, but you know, someday maybe. Oh, that's a shame, Scattering. Yeah, because they had one in the ryokan that we stayed at, but it was like more like a personal Japanese style bath. So you could like sit in a nice tub, and it was made for like 2 or 3 people. That's awesome. Matching tattoos like with somebody that you're really close with, I get that. Like my twin sister, I'm trying to remember exactly how many she has, because there was a good year, and I'm not talking about tires, where she was getting a tattoo a week as like stress therapy, which I don't fault. Do what you gotta do. She's got something like 30 something last time I counted. But she's got a matching one with my mom. I think they both got hearts or something like real cute. That's like, oh hey, like mother and daughter. But thankfully I haven't gotten any matching tattoos with anyone just yet. There are a handful of people like Richter's mentioning it, that I would totally get matching tattoos with, for people that like I've known for well over damn near 20 years almost. Parts that say moth. It's a good Simpsons cut. I was very tempted to get a Millhouse tattoo. Someone offered to pay me to get one, but I couldn't bring myself to do it because, while I enjoy The Simpsons, I'm not a big fan of Simpsons tattoos. I feel like they gotta be the choicest Simpson goof, and by now they've all been done. You know? Or they're like really weird. That's the thing. It's gotta be with the right group. So, like Brian, I could see you doing that, getting the Doctor Strange symbol. Like, if you were to get a tattoo, I would say you getting that, or getting the Keyforge tattoo. I wanted to get, until I learned how painful back tattoos are, by listening to people scream while getting them done. I wanted to get the 8 instruments that Link finds in Link's Awakening, with him like standing up on top of the egg, like get that whole thing on my back. But the other thing is like, I want to get a tattoo that I can look at, so that way I can be reminded of it. But reason I'm taking off my jacket, part 1, is because it's really warm in here now, and I gotta put a cooling pad on my head so that I can hopefully beat this game. But 2, the only tattoo I have is this simple thing right here. And the significance to that is that a lot of my friends, for those that don't know in the chat, I met through watching and pimping out One Piece. And there's a part in the series, like one of the more memorable parts in early One Piece, where the characters in the Straw Hat crew draw this X on their arm so that way they can tell each other apart, because they're facing off this guy whose power is that he can make himself look like anybody that he's touched with his left hand. So, you know, if they run into each other, they'll show each other the symbol, and that way they'll know it's the real deal and that they're, you know, one another's friends. But it ends up becoming this symbol of friendship with this princess that they're escorting on their ship. And the way that they say goodbye to her, so that way they don't get her in trouble, because they don't want anyone knowing that she was sailing around with pirates. I mean, like, princess with pirates? Good lord, that would be terrible. So as they're leaving her kingdom, they're on the back of their ship, and they all hold up their hands like that, and they show off that symbol. Yeah, so I thought it would be nice and simple. It's something that's just like, it's not super big, but it means a lot to me, and yeah, it's just something that's got some symbolism to it, and it's a thing where people assume that it's like a straight edge thing, which has gotten me into some weird arguments at parties. where I'll be holding a beer, and someone will be like, "Hey, you can't do that," and I'll be like, "Oh, no, you think that's a no? It's far nerdier, my friend." One of my friends got a lovely tattoo of the Aron symbol from Neverending Story. He loves snakes, but also enjoys the meaning of it. Hey, yeah, I mean, like, if something is that, near dear to your heart, yeah. Oh, same, Queen. Same. Like, I definitely had a friend, that had a running tab with a buddy of his, that he went to school with, and he would come up. He'd come up every couple of months, and they would get tattoos together. And the running deal was that each of them would choose a tattoo that the other person got. But they've been through some really tough times together, and had become really, really good friends. So they were conscious of like how ridiculous they would be, but it was also, you know, like a friend thing for them to do. So there was significance to that. You know, like if I remember the way he would always put, he's like, "Hey, like, you know, I've made scars together with this guy, and I want to write over those scars by, you know, making memories like this with them." And it was always like really touching to me. But he had some really, really crazy tattoos. Like he had, oh, I'm trying to remember how weird they were. He had like a really nice photogenic tattoo of a piece of toast. He had a tattoo of Bob Barker. So, like, yeah, that's a thing I've noticed with straight edge tattoos. I'm not CM Punk, so, you know, not really trying to impress anybody. But I mean, like, if that's somebody's thing, that's their thing. But yeah, like, straight edge tattoos, like, I haven't really met many people that stick true to that, and it's tough. Ah! Oh, heck! Speak of the devil from, like, 20, 15 minutes ago. It's the extra life is pretty neat, man. We were talking about how we need to get you to MagFest. And how I couldn't remember exactly why you don't want to go to MagFest, aside from just being stubborn about not wanting to go because people have told you to go so much. You're trying to go for the record. But, Now that the board of directors has changed for MagFest, I feel you should go and experience how great MagFest is. Tell your friend you're cashing in on a joke. Come to MagFest. hang out with all your friends at MagFest. Don't stop GMing for a weekend. Don't work staff at a convention. Just enjoy yourself. Play some games. Go get salty with some guy about who's a top-tier character in Guilty Gear. That's what you should do with your weekend. Your 4 days. 24 hours each day. Oh gosh, Cody, I'm so sorry. How do you not staff a convention? Well, make a complete ass of yourself and burn bridges. I'm not saying this from experience. Oh, the bird! Alright, hold on. Told this 20-minute shaggy dog story involving Abraham Lincoln and a tiger. Oh, I'm sorry, Queen. I remember you telling me that. That's a bummer. It's weird. This past mag is the first mag where I haven't gotten sick afterwards. I haven't gotten the mag plague. Which, any year to not get sick, it's a good one. Are you saying they're cool as in they are neat? Or that the cool as in the temperature, King Cool? Oh, come... Well then, keep the long con going, there, buddy. Go to MagFest, but don't tell anybody. You can advocate for Mag, but still not go. Dang shame. Why do I keep jumping into the bird? Oh man, come on. Ugh. Oh yeah, these are supposed to be really good for headaches. I just use them to wake the heck up. They do my noggin some justice. Oh, this is terrible. Oh man, how do you get past this stage? At least I'm making progress. Somewhat, slowly and surely. Yeah, I didn't get sick after PAX either this year, which, again, counting my blessings, considering. Was I saying it when I was doing the Earthbound stream, I think? About how amazed I am that we even got to do PAX and MAG this year, or this past year, considering everything going on with all the warnings that they were posting about Boston and everywhere being sold out of sanitation wipes and... Ugh. All hot bean juice. Poor time management. What happened? Whose time were you trying to manage? Poorly. Take that bat. Take that bat. Take that cat. Take that guy with the sword. No, the bird. All right. Yeah, not shaking hands. Elbow bumping. All right, don't touch the bird. Get hit by the football man. Don't get hit by the football man. You're getting hit a lot there. I don't know why I'm talking to myself this way. Or I could just jump off the ledge like that. Ooh, boy. Okay, let's... Football man! Stop it! Oh my god! Nope, I jumped into the bird again. Quit jumping into the bird. Oh my god! Oh man, this game should be making me super irate. Thank goodness it isn't. Oh, that's the other thing I was thinking about, now that I'm randomly talking about things out of order. Unfortunately, don't have a recommendation for this week. Old-time squatters will remember that I would try and recommend a thing, or a stream, or somebody's account, or just something good to keep an eye on at the end of the stream. Unfortunately, I don't have one this week. I apologize. I was just getting some like pre-recorded stuff done, and totally dropped the ball on advocating to go and follow somebody. So go follow Elise. Elise is good. You should go watch Elise stream. They do very, very fun streams. Their YouTube channel is great. Encourage to shake hands with people around you as an offering. Yeah, like the peace be with you. Yeah. And during flu season, our director would encourage us to elbow bump our fellow choristers to avoid spreading colds. That's the way to do it. Bump for peace. No, the cat! Coddlelarp? What does Coddlelarp? What is that? What does that mean? No, the cat! Damn it! Ugh. It's embarrassing. I keep making the same mistakes. I think I would learn, but I don't learn. Why don't I learn? No! Machine Gun Man! No! Let's try this again. Also, question for the stream. Are you all good with me stopping at 11, like doing the 2-hour thing? I know we were talking a little bit about time format last week, but hadn't really said anything more than like, hey, don't do like an 11-hour stream. That's too much streaming. Because I'm not an adorable Japanese avatar idol. Oh, hey, a few LARPers are running an online Discord LARP, not connected with any con. Ooh. Interesting. I'm intrigued. I'm also still, even after all this time, getting over my insecurities of role-playing with a lot of the LARP circle. Trying to Yeah, just get comfy around people. I always feel... Oof. I hate, like, having to compete for a scene, and I don't like shouting over people, and the last couple times I've gone, it's gotten there, and I feel bad, because I don't want to be that guy. Oh, Dan! Abby and I had a LARP idea at some point, and we need me for it. What do you need me for? I don't mean to say that, I don't know why I said that in such a, like, rude tone. Like, do you need me to, like, consult? You need me to write it? You need me to play in it? You need me to emotionally support the two of you? So at a LARP that will allow it, which only means Zenkai. Right, you caught my interest. We're thinking of playing Mark Sloan and Jessica Fletcher. Why are those names familiar? Why do I know those names? I'm blanking. TV detectives. Oh man, there's a sheet for him, but I don't know if I could. I don't know if I could do him justice. I definitely played him as a GM character, but so the thing is, like, I always get these really dumb LARP ideas in my head, and I'm like, this would be great, and then I do it for like an hour, and then I feel like everybody's getting annoyed. Believe me, I would happily play Lieutenant Columbo if it means breaking out my old Lieutenant Columbo costume at some point. Somebody else would have to rewrite the sheet. I did not do him justice. I definitely had like a one more question power. Like there's like a weird foresight power of roughly knows who the killer is before game starts, but doesn't know how they did it, and they have to spend the LARP trying to figure out how they did it. J.B. Fletcher, not to be mistaken for her identical twin, B.J. Baracus. It's a nice cut back to the early part of the stream, man. Consistent chat here. I like it. So supportive. Full circle. It's the circle of life. Can I sing that and not get sued by Disney? Probably not. The bat! Damn it! Ugh. Ain't no gag like a running gag. A trapezoid of existence. A rhombus. A bread tangle of pizza. Ah! Alright, Feldman. You weren't even here earlier and you're already referencing earlier conversations. Specifically because the roast never ends. Cat, no! Oh, scattering. Please do. Have a power just called Hello Sirs. Boy's greatest detective, or world's greatest boy detective. Especially, oh man, please play Angus and then hope that somebody decent picks up Batman, and then you can become Batman's ward. Inspector Gadget would be a good pull. I feel someone would have to play Brain, though. Just be mute the entire weekend. Aside from the occasional grunts and stuff. I mean, Conan would be a good choice, but I don't know. Angus MacDonald. he does have some ingenuity. I don't remember Conan MacGyvering some inventions together. It's true you could do a mean Dr. Claw. Really, are there any voices that you can't do, Balthazar? Why did I jump like that? Murder by Death. Oh man, playing any of the detectives from Murder by Death would also be pretty choice. I still haven't seen Knives Out, but I imagine that would be a good thing to pull from. Get it. Oh. Well, if I think it would also depend on which version of Batman the person was pulling from. Like, if you could play, and I know Dylan would be all for it because it's Dylan we're talking about. Play Frylock. Oh man, play the Drizzle. You should play 1960s Batman because of all of his ridiculous ass detective work. Oh, just run for it! No! Alright, one more shot and then we're gonna call it. I think I'm gonna do a save state, because at least I got to 5-3. I mean, like, let's be real here. Any Fate iteration of a character is always the superior version of a character. And honestly, I would, if you wrote 1960s Batman sheet, not that I'm good at writing sheets, you would definitely have to give him a bat blank power. Like, he just has like the Hello Kitty power, where like there's a Hello Kitty item for everything, but it just has the branding and Hello Kitty's face on it. There would have to be a bat version of that, just because, good lord, the number of bat products there are. You fool! It was me all along. Yeah, that's good. No! I don't want it to end this way! Alright. We'll do a pause. I'm gonna save state. We'll do that. And that's gonna be it. The Bat Yarmulke is my favorite, personally. But that's just me. Some progress. Some progress is good progress, right? Especially with this game. So super appreciate everybody for tuning in. Let me go ahead and wrap up with the usual here. I gotta go into the right window. Oh, Bill, that's a good pull. Sherlock Holmes data. Yikes. I'm always down for watching 60s Batman again. I was watching through a good number of episodes with Brandon when he was riding that train for a while. Professor Plum would be good too. There's a lot of really good pulls. So hopefully there's a LARP where we can be super nerdy together at some point again soon. So yeah, so I'd like to give big shout outs to a couple friends that have helped support the stream, but also want to make sure that they're getting the support that they deserve. If you are looking to round out your import collection, so if you're trying to get that coveted Virtual Boy complete library, including the 2 or 3 Japanese games that came out for it that we didn't get here, which I think is like an SD Gundam game, and oh gosh, I think a baseball game, I can't even speak English. Chemco Baseball, I think. Then look no further than my pal Vink's store. Vink is one half of the show Famicom Dojo, which has been a huge inspiration for the stream here. If you haven't had the chance, please do check them out on YouTube. They have been doing some live streams. They also have a podcast that's an accessory to the show, which has always been a treat to listen to. Both Sean and Vink are really good friends, and they play off each other very, very well and are super informative. So if you're trying to learn a little bit more about Nintendo stuff or gaming in general, again, they've been a big inspiration for me doing educational things on here. So please, please, please give them a follow, give them a watch, but also check out Vink's store. A lot of the Famicom games that I have challenged in the past on the show were purchased at this store. So yeah, if you're looking to round out that import collection, give it a look. He's updating it, I think, if not every week, bi-weekly, since he lives in Japan and he goes out and about and tries to round out his collection so that way he's got more inventory to offer on the site. So please give them a look. I once again forgot to add Tron's info here, so I apologize. I definitely need to give them a shout out the next stream. But our friend Michelle, who is responsible for doing the logo down there in the bottom corner, that good, the business sense, look at it. It's so professional. It's got edges and lines, and it speaks and just oozes professionalism. That's what I'm going for. I can't talk up how good that logo is enough. But that was done by our friend Michelle, and by our, I mean me. I keep talking as if there's more than one person on the stream. It's a habit I need to get over. But anyway, Michelle is just a brilliant graphic designer, has done a number of really good logo designs for other friends that I know. So if you're looking to try and get a professional eye at getting a logo done or some kind of design work done, but you don't want to pay a New York City, Manhattan apartment rent for a month kind of price for it, then please consider contacting Michelle. You can see her info there. I really need to come up with better copies for all of this instead of just doing it off the dome. This is the stuff I should have pre-recorded. But yeah, so big fan of her work. She does a lot of really good Pokemon art as well as Zelda and Star Trek art. Has done some art for the Women's Rights Marches that were happening a couple years back. So please support her as well. Definitely check out her website. Tell anyone you know that is looking for some design work to check her out. We can't advocate for her enough. She's a very good friend, and yeah, does really great work. Yeah, I just can't overstate that enough. So that's gonna do it for this week. I think we're gonna give it 4 episodes. I mean, I'm pretty close to the end. Then again, I'm probably gonna need a whole another episode to die and 5-3 a lot. So yeah, I'm going to call it just on tradition. I think I'm going to do 4 total episodes of Ninja Gaiden, so we've got 2 more to do. And if I don't clear by then, it's considered a failure for the season, and then we'll move on to the next challenge, which I've already teased. So if you haven't seen that yet, please check out the Facebook group and Twitter. I'm not looking forward to that one, but I'm kind of excited about it, because it's going to be a challenge for the books, and it might even be more difficult than this, so I don't know why I'm doing this. But again, super appreciate you all for tuning in and hanging out. Please, if you haven't already, give the channel a follow, get those numbers up so that way we can do bigger and better things with the show. I can hire people to help out with this and make it a thing. Stay tuned, stick around. I did record some stuff ahead of the stream that I want to just air every episode, so sit tight. I'm gonna play that right now, but we will see you next week. Hey everybody, I'm going to be trying and do some pre-recorded things here so that way we can wrap up the show a little bit quicker than normal. First and foremost, we are huge advocates for mental health here on the stream, so please, if you could, definitely look out for one another as best you can. Obviously, not all of us are licensed therapists or psychiatrists, but especially with the pandemic going on and just the state of the world that we're in, it's all the more important to be supportive of one another as best as we can. Obviously, take care of yourselves first before anybody else, but just be more mindful if possible. We'll do our part here on the stream, especially over social media and also through broadcasting to help supply information or outreaches for people to be able to get support, such as contacting organizations like NAMI, which are very big on giving out care for individuals that need it, support groups and the such. So we'll do our best here, and also please pay it forward and pass that along to those you might know, and make use of those organizations and tools so that way you stick with us, because it would be a real shame for us to lose any of you out there. I'm not just saying that for sake of views or anything like that. Legitimately, mental health is something that's very important, and we want to do our part to make sure that we take care of one another. Also, on that front, a lot of our viewers identify themselves as LGBTQA+, so we want to give our support to people out there that are genderqueer or also identify on that spectrum. It is my mission and the mission of the stream here to create a safe environment where anyone can play games, save for those that seek to gatekeep or be transphobic and a terrible fucking monster. Those people aren't allowed, but we really want to advocate and put the spotlight on those in need and those that need a safe space. So, generally people that don't look like me, pasty white dude. So we're going to continue to do our best here. Please advocate for those groups as much as you can, especially if you are a white ally. White silence is violence, as they say, and that's something that I wholly believe in. So I'm not trying to be preachy, but especially these days more than ever, we really need to do our part to be better allies. So educate yourself, and, do your part, and don't try and steal the spotlight. Definitely share it and or help to move that lens so that way people that are discriminated against or are victims, especially trans individuals that are of color, they get the attention and the assistance that they deserve and need, because we're literally talking about lives here. Also, if you take a look in that top corner right there that my finger's pointing to, yes, these are folks that have helped to spread their wisdom and intelligence, tips and tricks, and all of that good stuff for me to be able to do what I do here on the stream. So please do what you gotta do, write them down, take a quick glance, take a screenshot, take a picture with your phone, do what you gotta do to get those names committed to memory, so that way you can check out their channels and see them when they go live, or even check out their VODs. We really cannot recommend these folks enough, and not just because they've helped me, but because they do great things, and we really want to help support one another. Supporting them helps to support this channel, and in turn helps to support the entire platform of Twitch. So please, please, please make sure to give them a follow. On that note, if you haven't already, this is my YouTuber bit, I guess. Please, please, please follow the channel here, and be sure to follow along over at Game Apartment 1C, all one word, over on Twitter, so that way you can stay abreast and on top of all the news related to the stream here for schedules, events, all that good stuff, and that way you won't miss out on episodes and hang out with squatters that are great people to hang out with. I think that's everything for the pre-recorded stuff. Yeah, thanks for listening, and we will see you next game.